welcome to another edition of Nerd Bracket here, what is quite possibly the most appropriate Nerd Bracket we've ever done because we're actually doing sports movies, and I've come up with a pretty good panel here as well.
I'd agree with that.
I would hope you would. If you disagreed with that, even though you agreed to be on the show, I feel like that's self-sabotage
and
in a weird way.
I'll just say I'm surprised it took us this long for a sports Nerd Bracket. I mean, I feel like that would have been the first one.
We only do like 2 a year, so.
Right.
Yeah, let's introduce everyone here. You may recognize a couple people in the back here. We got Carter. He's usually the man behind the scenes of PBL here. He's the one who first suggested us doing a Nerd Bracket Sports Edition. So obviously we had to have him on here. Another guy you've seen on the channel before, Mr. Derek Long. Not only does he help me hunt ghosts, he's going to help me solve the best sports movie of all time. And it didn't feel right to have a sports thing without having a couple athletes themselves here. So we have a couple SMSU athletes here, Celie Stockmo and Riley Cramlish. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Nick.
It's an honor.
Hopefully no yelling this time.
Such a good
Come on! That is so stupid.
Okay.
That's not Are we serious?
My God.
That is I'm ready to fight.
All right, so let's go over how we came up with, or how I came up with this bracket here, because everyone's been already hounding me about what some are missing. And yes, there are going to be some movies that are missing here. We tried to get as many as we could on here. Basically, how we came up with the lineup was I went on IMDb. You kind of filtered out for sports movies. We split it up the divisions by year. So we're going over the past 50 years here from 1975 basically till 2025, I think it is, or whatever. Once you have a certain time period, basically what I did was I took the most reviewed, not the best reviewed, but the ones that had the most IMDb ratings, trying to get the most popular ones in there. That is how we came up with the 16 in each division. How we came up with the seeding is based on box office. So the most money it was made gets #1 seed, least amount of money gets the 16 seed. So
Yeah, I thought it would have been random. Good job, Nick.
it actually was Carter's idea.
I hate that.
Okay. I came up with like 70 or 66% of the premise for this.
After I came up with the show and did it for how many years? But yeah, no, yeah.
And
you
now
Episode.
the guy invented this, and you're just having him on now after season 3.
All right, so how are we going to determine a winner here? Pretty simple. We have 5 of us, so each movie's going to go up. We're just going to vote based on best. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to define best. I will say, if you wish to challenge it, if you want to make your statement, I'll give each round, each of us 1 time to do that. I'm kind of making up that rule on the fly here.
Okay.
Each round. So Division 1, we go through all 4 divisions. That's 1 round. Then we go into the Sweet 16. That's a round. Elite 8, Final 4, whatever.
Okay. Alrighty. Are there any WNBA movies on here? Because I wore my WNBA merch.
There is
NBA
not,
movies.
and that's more of a statement on society.
Oh!
Look at that.
Representation matters.
All right, kicking things off is the #1 seed, Rocky IV versus the 1975 Death Race 2000. Both Sylvester Stallone movies, both some of his cheesiest, if I may say, but also some of my favorites. Who is voting for Rocky IV? And who's voting for Death Race 2000? All right, we got 3 for Rocky IV.
I meant to go Rocky IV there. I'm sorry. So Rocky IV.
So it's now 4 against 1.
We found the flip-flopper.
To be honest, I'm just a hater of movies that have more than like 3.
Overruled.
Next one here is the 8 and 9 seed. We got the 1981 Chariots of Fire versus 1984's The Natural. Probably the one we least know about, I'm going to assume here. I think I've seen The Natural.
I actually have seen that one. I haven't even heard of the other ones you've talked about
Chariots
so
of
far.
Fire. That one is based on a true story of 2 athletes competing in the 1924 Olympics. Has some like religious connotations as well. I'm really simplifying it here, basically. The Natural, middle-aged man becomes a superstar baseball player overnight. Stars Robert Redford.
That's
What's
sick.
the sport in Chariots of Fire?
Track and field, like
Okay.
running, Olympics, I believe.
Track and field.
Okay.
Okay,
Who's
vote.
voting for Chariots of Fire? Who's voting for The Natural?
You're a hater of track and field, Riley?
No, but it's
I'm more
baseball.
of a lover of Robert Redford than anything
he's
else.
really good in that.
So coming in the 5th seed, the 1984 version of The Karate Kid versus the 1977 hockey movie Slap Shot. Who's voting for Karate Kid? Oh, wow, unanimous vote.
Are you next?
Sweep the leg!
That's a good matchup. That's a good matchup.
Such a good.
Come on!
I
So iconic.
Next matchup, we got another Karate Kid 1, Karate Kid Part 2 versus 1980's Raging Bull.
I need a refresher on Raging Bull. Like,
Okay,
what
so
is the
Raging Bull's
premise?
Robert De Niro, Martin Scorsese. This was like one of their first matches up. This was a boxing movie. I think it's loosely based on a true story.
Isn't everything loosely
Yeah.
based?
Who's voting for Karate Kid Part 2? All right. I didn't want to vote against Raging Bull because it is really, really good. But Karate Kid Part 2 is the Empire Strikes Back of the Karate Kid movies.
I know
Oh,
that
that's
it's
such
like-
a cool reference to that,
that
actually.
is-
I know
So-
Raging Bull is like a powerhouse in like just movies in general.
Never heard of it.
Next matchup here, we got the
sorry.
6th seed versus the 11th seed. Rocky 2 versus Hoosiers, the basketball movie here. Who is voting for Rocky 2?
You guys are all on the right side of history here. This is
Let's
great. This
go.
is great. We are synced.
Oh, you said Hoosiers.
Yeah,
You didn't
yeah.
move on yet. I was like, you were just changed.
Okay, so all 5 for Hoosiers?
Yes.
Wow. I feel like we need to get
I
more
think we
recent
can all be
era. We gotta get a
friends
little
for
bit
real.
more arguments.
Be careful what you wish for, punk.
I will say, this is
future.
going very, very well so far.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
All right, on to the next matchup here. We got the OG 1976 Rocky versus the 1987 Over the Top. You have the one that started Sylvester Stallone's career. You have the one that I consider to be peak Sylvester Stallone. Does anyone?
Give me a rundown.
Mid-eighties.
No.
Rundown.
It
Yeah.
is basically an arm wrestling tournament.
Is that the one with the?
Oh, yeah.
Sylvester Stallone in an arm wrestling
Sign
tournament.
up.
1980s.
Is that the one
Sign
with
me
the
up.
raccoon and he like with the turtle, the animals, and he jumps up, tries to go into the.
Oh my gosh.
It's
That's
an
what that
arm
one is?
wrestling
No,
tournament.
that's over the head.
Over the hedge. Oh,
This guy.
that's a stretch for a sports movie.
I'm thinking of that one
That's
too,
a
I think.
phenomenal movie. That's a phenomenal movie. I love
Watched
Over
that
the
the other
Head.
day.
Yeah.
Like 2 days ago.
So
Okay, it's over the top arm wrestling movie.
This is an arm wrestling tournament movie.
Who's in it?
Sylvester Stallone.
I know what I'm picking.
I have the Karate
Alright.
Kid song stuck in my
I
head.
got what I'm
Sorry.
picking.
Who is picking the original Rocky? Who's picking Over the Top?
Guys, arm wrestling? Are we serious? Let's
Dude, that's
go.
great.
Arm wrestling
No,
tournament.
it's. How about we have an arm wrestling tournament over which one of those wins?
I
I think
win,
Rock-
Carter.
I think
I'm gonna take
Rocky.
Seal.
Next matchup, we got the Cannonball Run versus Caddyshack.
Ready.
2 sports
I'm
comedies.
ready. I'm ready.
Actually,
Ready.
Already? Anyone else need anything?
No.
All right, who's voting Cannonball Run? And who's voting Caddyshack?
There we go.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of upsets in
Yeah.
this round.
Nice.
All right, we got 1982's Rocky 3 versus the 15 seed 1975's Rollerball.
Could I get a rundown on rollerball, please?
Yes,
agree.
I had to look this one up. Dystopian future, basically, like it was made in 1975, but it's like set in 2018. Like politics are kind of run by sports. It's like a super violent, like it's like roller skating, but like in that big circle, but
Yeah,
like
like
football
roller
pads,
derby.
and they got like spikes on it.
It's roller derby.
That
yeah.
sounds
Yeah,
awesome.
but like
movie.
more
That's
violent.
sick.
Yeah,
Sounds dope. Ready.
it does kind of sound pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie.
My next watch.
I'm ready.
All right, who's
Yeah.
voting Rocky 3? Who's voting Rollerball?
Rollerball, baby. Get me out there. I feel like I'd be really good at that, actually.
Now we're going to start getting into movies a little bit more recognizable. We got Division 2 here, 1987 up to 1999.
Right in my wheelhouse.
We got the number 1 seed here, The Waterboy versus 1995's The Basketball Diaries, which is ranked 16th. All right, let's vote. Who's going Waterboy? Basketball Diaries.
Oh, that was closer than I thought.
All right, yeah, this is going to be a close one here.
Yeah,
The
wait.
Man!
And 9th seed, both baseball movies, both 1989, Field of Dreams
gosh.
versus Major
I'm mixing these up in
League.
my head. I feel like I've watched both. Can I have a...
Field of Dreams is if
You've
they
watched
build it,
one of
if you build it, they will come.
Yeah.
Major League is like Charlie Sheen. The owner like wants the team to tank so she can sell it.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
kind of a comedy.
It's
Got
basically
it.
Ted Lasso before Ted Lasso.
Got it.
Anyone else need any other summaries? Anything to help them make decisions? Is Nick maybe stalling because he doesn't even know how he's voting?
That's okay. I'm not ready yet either.
Oh, same year,
rough
too.
matchup.
That's
Rough
crazy.
matchup.
I have
Yeah,
my.
1989, good year for baseball.
Yeah.
I have
Good year
my
for
pick.
baseball.
For sure I have my
Epicness?
pick.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Does anyone else need more time?
No.
I got it.
Who's voting for Field of Dreams?
Yeah!
Who's voting for Major League?
Thank God.
I do love Major League, though.
Yeah.
That one's a close one. That one might be the
I'm
closest
not
one
gonna
on
like
here.
argue on it. That was, yeah, those were close.
Field of Dreams is so good, guys.
Moving on to the 5th
It
seed,
is beautiful. Too.
1992's White Men Can't Jump versus 1989's The Karate Kid Part 3.
I know I've seen part 3, but like Is there like a major part of the story that happens in this movie?
So
Like what?
yeah, so he's back from Okinawa. He's living with Miss Miyagi, and like Cobra Kai is trying to like get revenge, and they send the one guy
Oh yeah.
who's
yeah.
like scary looking.
This is the one where Darth Vader tells Luke that he's.
This is the one where Daniel LaRusso fights the Ewoks. That's the third one. Yeah,
Who
That actually
are the main
kinda
actors in
raises
White
that.
Men Can't Jump Again?
that's Woody Harrelson
Okay,
and
that's okay.
White- I love my white boys.
Culture movie.
Give it to me.
yeah.
I know what I'm.
Yeah, who's voting for White Men Can't Jump? All right, jumping on to the next round here.
If I'm gonna have to argue this, I will.
No, there's no way.
What? I haven't seen Days of Thunder.
I have not either. Could you give us what is Days of Thunder about, Celie?
Days of Thunder is Tom Cruise at his most hot. It is literally Top Gun, but racing. It is beautiful.
Who's voting for Days of Thunder? Who's
Oh
voting
my
for The
God!
Sandlot? All right,
Oh
here's
my
my
gosh!
challenge.
No!
Days of Thunder put NASCAR on the map for a lot of people. It helped galvanize a sport, basically. Days of Thunder, that is real life racing footage. When you see the movie and he's racing around the track, that is during actual competition. They had to qualify the cars to make it into the race, which is limited, and then they shot the movie on the track.
Was he the one racing?
No, they actually had to have professional drivers during that
For
part.
that reason, you're out. The shot
Doesn't Tom
for
Cruise
that.
usually do all of his stuff?
Yeah,
He didn't do
this
that.
is
For that,
This
he
was
didn't do that.
this was 1990
You're
Tom
not-
Cruise.
For that time,
Not
though,
changing my mind.
1990, those shots too, like
Yeah.
of him in the car, were so cool.
Yeah, I give it a valiant
round, you
effort.
guys.
I knew that wouldn't be a fight, but I was willing to lose that one.
I mean,
I'm happy I could vote with
That's
you.
good
Though.
entertaining.
We got the next matchup here. Any Given Sunday versus Happy Gilmore.
Is this a question?
I'm ready to
Oh,
vote.
okay.
I'm
Everyone's,
ready.
everyone's
Yeah,
ready?
ready.
Okay.
Yeah, ready.
Who's voting for Any Given Sunday?
Figured.
Who's voting for Happy Gilmore?
Yeah.
Oh,
was
Adam
not even a
Sandler, how you
question.
have my heart.
Another couple sports comedies here. We got the third seed, 1996's Space Jam
give me
versus
documentary.
1999's.
Space Jam. It's very important.
Very important.
Well, if
that
it
you
was a
made that
documentary, it
distinction.
wouldn't be on here
Not a
because
comedy.
documentaries are not allowed on here.
Okay, sorry.
So you want to stand by that
drama.
statement?
It's not a comedy, it's drama.
All right, we got Space Jam versus the bowling movie Kingpin from 1990. Yeah, I did a couple of 1996 ones. Didn't plan that, just happens to line up. Who's voting for Space Jam? Who's voting for Kingpin?
Oh,
Good movie, though. Good movie.
All right, we got
yeah, I got it.
1993's Cool Runnings versus Rocky 5.
Such a cool movie.
did not even know one of these existed.
Which one?
Cool
Rocky
Runnings.
5.
Oh, okay.
Rocky 5. Okay, good.
So I guess I know where you're voting then. Who's voting for Cool Runnings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so happy, guys.
Yeah, so-
All right, we've got the second seed, A League of Their Own versus 1988's Bloodsport.
I've only
with
seen
these-
one of them.
Bloodsport is Jean-Claude Van Damme. It was his first movie. It's basically underground mixed martial arts.
What if she's seen Bloodsport? You just
No.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
All right, who's voting A League of Their Own?
Yeah.
Yep.
Good movie.
This is the most agreeable group you've ever had.
No,
on
really?
here.
I thought this was going to be a lot
Somehow we've
messier. All
already-
right. Let's move on to
wow.
Division 3.
Did you ever-
All right, so yeah, this is all part of Division 3 into the new millennium here. We're entering into the year 2000 into 2012. Let's start off with the number 1 seeded Blindside, 2009 versus 2011's Warrior, the 16 seed. Who's voting for the Blindside?
Yeah.
I'm just going to give Warrior a pity vote.
Warrior is
basically.
really good, though.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Moving on to our next matchup here, the 8th seed versus the 9th seed, 2004's $1 Million Baby versus 2010's The Fighter. Both essentially boxing movies.
Who's
but,
in each of them?
$1 Million Baby, you have Hilary Swank, Clint Eastwood, Morgan Freeman.
Okay.
The Fighter was Christian Bale, Mark Wahlberg, Amy Adams.
Your movie knowledge is
if I had to
so
do like,
cool.
well, I researched these before.
But
like I
still.
refreshed my memory.
Both these movies are kind of like the same.
It is actually kind of crazy how some of these matchups
seen it
do
perfectly.
are similar.
Yeah.
Who's voting for $1 Million Baby? Who's voting for The Fighter? Moving on to the next matchup here, we got the 5 seed Talladega Nights versus 2006's Rocky Balboa, ranked 12th.
Talladega Nights. I need a refresher.
Will Ferrell race car movie.
It's better than Days of Thunder. That's all you need to know.
Who's voting for Talladega Nights? Rocky Balboa? Come on.
Nope.
I'm too much Rocky.
2005's The Longest Yard versus 2009's 17 again. Who is voting for Longest Yard?
No! No! I'm ready to fight!
Challenge.
Challenging.
Give me no! It's Zac Efron!
Yeah, Zac Efron.
What's it about?
He's 17.
So it starts he's old and then it flashes back.
I'm gonna pick a football movie over basketball
No,
every
because
time.
you know what? It's also a romance movie. Prime.
Adam Sandler still won.
Gorgeous.
Longest Yard.
I was gonna say, have you switched your vote?
And I'm staying put.
Your bracket
That's
winner
close
already
for me.
lost, Riley.
That's
That's close for me, though.
We're all in this together.
What are you
This
picking?
This is
Against it
gonna be
now.
horrible.
is a horrible matchup.
This is the
This
worst.
is unfair. You should have just moved them.
This is the
I
worst
can't just
ever.
move them.
Could you
This is
remind me
seriously
what
the
Moneyball
worst
is?
ever.
Moneyball is beautiful.
So yeah, Moneyball is a Brad Pitt movie. Jonah Hill, basically, they're like
Oh.
looking at baseball, but
He's
more
so
from like an
beautiful.
analytic
And a
Yes.
They
financial.
changed the game.
and financial standpoint.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's so good.
I will
on.
say, one of these movies deals with racism, and one of them doesn't. So
One of them combats racism. So
I'm
basically,
ready.
you pick Moneyball, you're.
Race.
I don't know, supply whatever you want.
yeah, let's officially vote here.
I know what I'm
Anyone
at,
for
yeah.
Remember the Titans?
Yeah.
Anyone
I'm
voting
sorry,
for
I have
Moneyball?
to.
But I'm
you
not
voting for
doing
Moneyball
it
just
to not be racist, guys.
All right, let's move on to the next matchup here. The 2010 Karate Kid versus 2005's Cinderella Man. Anyone need any help with these ones?
I know
Yeah,
what I'm
Cinderella
gonna,
Man.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
That's basically, I think it's based on a true story boxing movie with Russell Crowe.
Okay.
Are we ready to vote on this one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Who's
Yeah.
going for the 2010 Karate Kid? All right, yeah, clean sweep.
Yeah,
on that one.
definitely. We're all trying to get all the boxing out of here, man.
Speaking of which, we got 2004's Dodgeball, A True Underdog Story versus 2011's Real Steel. All right, we all locked in on this one?
Yeah.
Who's voting for Dodgeball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That's so
movie.
iconic with the comedy
Yeah,
in it. It's
good
so
movie.
funny.
It's good.
All right, let's wrap up Division 3
All right.
here now with the last matchup here.
Okay.
We got Cars, 2006 version versus
Easy.
2008's The Wrestler. All right,
Interesting.
At all.
who's voting for Cars in this one here? Division 4, we're moving on to the most recent ones here. Looking at our number 1 seed, F1, the movie. Happy Gilmore 2, 16th seed, because this is the only streaming movie that made it on here, so obviously didn't make any money. Anyone got their votes locked in?
Yeah.
All right, F1.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Moving on to the next matchup here, the 8 seed versus the 9 seed. We've got Turbo, the animated movie.
Tubo.
Turbo is with the snails.
Snails
And
racing.
they're super fast.
Oh.
You're not gonna make a comment about Turbo, but you're gonna make comments about cars.
Yeah, come on.
We
This
got
is
a
realistic
different
turtles-
because cars can't
turtles.
drive. Snails.
Realistic
I haven't even-
snails.
You're gonna be a million miles an hour.
Turbo made it on here.
Yeah,
I
I
haven't
know.
even mentioned the second movie, by the way, at this
Sorry,
point.
ready. I'm ready.
I'm mind blown.
Probably
20
because they had like so many bad reviews that it was like, oh, like.
For Turbo?
Whoa,
Yeah.
okay, it is a great movie.
It's
Yeah, I know,
not
but
that
that's
good.
why it had so many reviews.
I've watched
Yeah.
it one
It's a
time
great
when I was a
movie.
child.
Sorry, let Nick talk. We'll let him talk.
I'm ready, sir.
8 seed, Turbo. 9th seed is 2015's Southpaw, another boxing movie.
Can you tell me who's in Southpaw?
You got Jake Gyllenhaal. I believe it's Rachel McAdams. There's some other people in it too. But yeah, basically, he's kind of up and coming in boxing, but he's got a temper. This lands him in jail. Spoiler alert, she dies.
Yeah.
yeah.
The most important
Yeah.
part.
Yeah, versus the snail driving in the Indy 500 movie.
This is really tough.
Let's be
actually.
real.
All right, are we locked in
No,
on
I
this
don't
one here?
want
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's voting for Turbo?
Basketballs over the face.
Who's
Turbo.
voting for?
Oh, Turbo.
Please pay attention when we do the voting, please. Otherwise, we're
Carter
never
was
gonna.
talking to me.
Okay, so we got 2 votes for Turbo.
Yep.
Who's voting for Southpaw?
Yeah. I draw the line at animals super speed.
To the next matchup here.
I got it. Yeah.
We got the 5th seed, 2015's Creed
Yes.
versus 2023, the Iron Claw, ranked 12th.
Could I get a refresh on the Iron Claw, please?
Iron Claw, okay. Well, there's one thing I can say about it. Zac Efron movie.
No! No! Other one's Michael B.
seen
Jordan,
it.
isn't it?
Yes. Who's won Creed?
Yeah.
Let's
All right,
freaking go.
Yeah, that's so good.
Speaking of Creed, we got here later on in this other matchup as well, ranked 4th versus the 2017 movie I, Tonya. All right. Anyone need any help with these two?
I don't remember I, Tonya.
I don't
This is
either.
the one that's based off the
Y'all.
true story of of Tanya Harding,
Tanya Harding
who
and Nancy Kerrigan.
affected Nancy Kerrigan. Point.
Since like the Olympics were just recent, it kind
Yeah.
of resurfaced again.
Who's voting for Creed 2? I, Tanya. Suck it, Carter.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, here we got a couple of recent ones here. The 2025 Marty Supreme versus 2023's Gran Turismo. Who's voting for Marty Supreme? Who's voting for Gran Turismo? Yeah, I figured us two would be up for that one. All right, let's move on to the next matchup here.
I know what one Nick's gonna pick, but
You don't know.
yeah, I do.
Actually, you
Wait,
might.
yeah.
Ford v Ferrari, based on a true story. Essentially, yes, Ford was
So
trying to get
good.
into the international racing scene by
Yeah.
going into the 24 Hours of Le Mans race, which is still going on today. Rush is another racing movie based on a true story. Are we locked in?
Yeah.
Sure.
Who's voting for Ford v Ferrari? Who's voting for Rush?
You aren't gonna get me.
Can I just say this one point? This is my favorite sports movie of all time.
I know that.
Here's the reason why this is my favorite sports movie of all time.
Right.
In every other sports movie, you kind of know who's going to win, or at the very least, you have the one team you're kind of cheering for. This one, if you don't know the story, you actually don't know who's going to win in the end.
The bad guy
The
wins,
way is no, he's not even necessarily the bad guy.
Oh.
He's
Friday
kind of
Night?
cocky, but he's not the bad guy. Whereas and that is to me the best definition of sports. When you go to a sport game for the first time, you don't actually know who's going to win. You're cheering for someone, but you actually don't know how it's going to end.
Well, now I
Here
have
with
to
this
watch
one,
it.
you actually don't know unless you knew the story going into this. You actually don't know who's going to win here, and either way would have been fine. Which to me is truly sports.
Guys,
That is good.
I'm inspired. I'm gonna switch my vote.
Are you serious?
You're
I thought you were going to
serious.
say I'm going to still stay for
Actually,
No, I'm gonna switch my vote.
I'm protesting.
and he gave a pitch when he didn't even have a pitch.
Exactly.
No,
He
but,
didn't have a
but
challenge.
it wasn't a pitch. He
Illegal
wasn't,
challenge.
No, he wasn't challenging anything.
As
I asked him to explain why he likes it because I've never
Yeah.
seen it and I voted for it.
Rush. I'm switching.
Let's move on to the next one here. Let's move on to the next one. We got 2013's 42
Interesting.
versus 2024's Challengers, ranked 7 and 10 respectfully. Anyone need help with this one?
No.
No, but I need a little time.
Really? Or are
Wow.
you just being sarcastic right now?
No, I would like a few more seconds.
Okay.
Okay, you get him.
30 seconds of silence to reflect.
No, I'm ready. I
All right, who's voting for 42?
Yeah.
had to pick it up.
Final matchup of the first round here, actually. Overall, we got Cars 3 versus 2014's Foxcatcher, ranked 2 and 14.
I know what I'm voting for already, but like, tell me what Foxcatcher is.
Foxcatcher is another based on true story. I believe it's for Olympic wrestling.
Oh.
Basically, kind of the whole point of the story is, okay, so we got Channing Tatum. You had Steve Carell in, I think, one of his earliest dramatic roles.
Who's still doing this?
Anyone voting for Cars 3? I'm just going to throw in a Foxcatcher vote.
I'll throw one in there
I'm
with
not-
you.
Okay.
Whoa.
Next thing you know, Car does 2, and then we got 3-2.
Not a chance.
So yeah, that was the first round here. That usually takes us the longest. Usually we can get through these a
Yeah.
little bit quicker here because we now kind of made our arguments and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But this is when everyone gets really mad, though.
This is where feelings will be hurt. We got the first matchup here going back to Division 1, Rocky 4 versus The Natural. Who's voting for Rocky 4? Just everyone voting for The Natural?
It's his favorite Rocky.
Yeah. It's not the best Rocky, but it's the one I think I've rewatched the most
It's his favorite Rocky.
because it's.
Oh, wow. That's a good matchup. It's a good matchup.
It's double the Karate
I think
Kid
I know.
here.
I think I know.
Going for the Sweet 16 spot, Karate Kid Part 1 versus Karate Kid Part 2. So who's voting for the first one?
It's a really good matchup, though.
Oh, I
Vote for
actually,
the second one.
I do have to
Just as a
say-
pity vote.
I always vote for the original.
Moving on to the next matchup here, we got Hoosiers versus Over the Top.
Hoosiers is too good though either way.
Quick question again. I don't know if you said this round one, but is Hoosiers like a partially true story?
Yeah.
Right?
Isn't it that coach comes in there?
Yeah, that coach comes in there and like
Yeah.
saves the team.
What was over the top about again?
Possible.
There's a raccoon and
No, it's a squirrel.
Hoosiers is loosely based off a true story,
Okay,
actually,
okay.
yes.
Okay.
So that is
Yeah, I know what I'm
Over the Top, very much not based on a true story.
Yeah.
This is the arm wrestling one.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got-
Pete
That's why I
Sylvester
didn't remember
Stallone.
it.
I've got my vote.
All right, who's voting for 1986's Hoosiers?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Let's go.
Unanimous
Look,
5
I
vote
argue-
decision.
Yeah.
weird.
I argued hard for Over the Top, knowing you would get knocked out in the second round, but I thought it'd be really funny. All right, we got 1980's Caddyshack versus 1975's Rollerball to wrap up Division 1. Who's moving on to the Sweet 16? Who's voting for Caddyshack? All right, cool.
Wow, we swept
This is
tonight.
going so well. All right, we got 1998's The Waterboy versus 1989's Field of Dreams, part of Division 2. Who's voting for The Waterboy? Who's voting for Field of Dreams?
Yeah.
All right.
I have to.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was good.
I could almost cry to Field of Dreams. If I cried to Waterboy, people would be concerned.
I would be very concerned. about this, actually.
Very.
So,
All right, let's move on to the early 90s here. White Men Can't Jump versus The Sandlot. Who's voting for White Men Can't Jump? Who's voting for The Sandlot? All right, matchup of the 96 year.
Oh.
Happy Gilmore versus Space Jam. It's the golfer versus the goat, essentially.
They both golf in that movie too.
Yeah.
That is also true. Yeah,
so
it's
funny.
actually a golf movie. It's not a basketball or
Happy-
baseball movie. It's a golf movie.
I'm sorry, but Happy is the GOAT.
Who's better at their craft, Happy Gilmore or Michael Jordan?
Well, okay, that also depends on what you're talking about as far as craft.
As in
Is
career.
Happy Gilmore a better hockey player than Michael Jordan is
No,
baseball
no.
player?
No. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, take their
Oh,
worst
so
sports. All right,
Ready?
who's voting for Happy Gilmore?
Yeah.
This is insane.
Space Jam.
Really?
Were you really expecting?
Would you like
I
to
thought it was
challenge
closer
it?
than that. Think back to the 90s.
When I wasn't alive?
Yeah, none of us were alive.
Yeah, that is true.
Even I'm a year away.
Yeah, this is tough because I'm fighting an uphill battle.
You're not gonna win it.
All right, we got 1993's Cool Runnings versus 92's A League of Their Own. Who's voting for Cool Runnings? League of Their Own. Were you Cool Runnings?
Yeah.
I'm back to League of My Own.
Hurry
I
up,
got- I
vote
got support.
faster.
Okay,
I was
wait,
just
hold up,
thinking
hold
a
up.
sec.
Everyone's going back and forth here. Everyone's
What
flip-flopping.
the heck?
We have a revote.
Yeah,
Are we
can,
serious?
can we
Just
get a
say Cool
revote? Because I'm
Runnings,
not
just
actually
say-
sure who
No,
votes
I
for
Cool
what there.
Runnings
Yeah.
first.
Can I
Okay.
have a second?
Okay, Cool Runnings.
Can I have a second?
Loud and proud.
Can I have a second?
Okay, final time.
Yes.
Cool Runnings. Vote for it.
Jamaican bobsled.
Jamaican bobsled
A
team?
League of Their Own.
That is iconic.
Shout out to women's sports.
Now moving on to Division 3. Let's figure out who's going in the Sweet 16 over there. We have the 2009 movie The Blind Side versus 2004's $1 Million Baby. Who's voting Blind Side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to vote $1 Million Baby, but I'm not going to argue against that. All right,
I'm ready.
2006, Talladega Nights versus 2005's The Longest Yard, two sports comedies from Adam Sandler and Will Ferrell. Obviously had their decade there. Who's voting for Talladega Nights?
Yeah.
Who's voting for Longest Yard?
Oh.
The reason I voted Talladega Nights, I personally just think it's a funnier movie.
Thanks for sharing.
All right, we got 2000's Remember the Titans versus 2010's Karate Kid. This is the one with Jaden Smith, yes. His career basically started and ended here.
Poor guy.
I mean, prove me wrong.
He had a song with
Name
Jay-Z, so-
another Jaden Smith movie.
He's kind of a Renaissance man, though.
All right, let's vote on this one here.
Okay.
Who's voting for Remember the Titans?
Yeah.
Clean sweep on that one? Competing for the other spot here in Division 3. Dodgeball, a true underdog story versus The First Cars. Who's voting for Dodgeball? Are you in or out? Are you in or out?
Whoa.
Are you in or out?
Whoa.
Make a decision.
Put your hand up or down. Put your hand up or down.
Oh,
Dodgeball.
that's crazy.
Who's going for Cars?
Dodge Ranch, dodge ball.
That's
All
so
right.
sad.
Let's move on to Division 4
That was
here.
my Cinderella story.
Moving on to, let's see, we got the 2025 movie F1 versus the 2015 Southpaw. Who's voting F1? Who's
Movie
voting
was so
Southpaw?
good.
I love the originality. Let's move on to the next one here. We got 2015's Creed versus 2017's I, Tonya. This is a good matchup here, too. I like both of these really a lot. Who's voting for Creed? Who's voting
Yeah.
for I, Tonya? Which was
Creed.
that?
I'm Creed.
Okay,
Hurry
Creed.
up.
Are
Make
you
your
voting
pick.
for I,
I'm
Tonya?
on again. It's all right.
If you would like to
Um,
make a statement here, I could be swayed.
Nah, it's not worth it. I don't
Nick.
love it that
I
much.
like the originality of Creed.
Moving on to the next matchup here.
Rush made
We
nice.
got Party Supreme versus Rush.
So good.
All right. Who's voting for the Supreme?
Just because I don't want Rush to move on.
It deserved to get through round one, but not
My hand
this
is
round.
still
Okay.
up.
Who's voting for Rush?
There's
Okay.
nothing you can say. Move on.
I love ping pong.
All right. I believe this is the final matchup for Division 4. We've got 42 versus Cars
Oh,
3.
man, this is tough.
All right. Robinson versus McQueen.
Wow.
I think Derek's already forming tears.
When you put it that way, you know what to pick.
All right.
Dude, oh
Who's-
my God.
Who's voting for 42? Who's voting for Cars 3?
I'm 42.
No!
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna say here. The Cars didn't make it, right?
Yeah.
Not on to the next
No.
round.
So one of them has to make it.
You
Okay,
didn't
so it
my
was
vote,
you and
so-
me and Carter were 42. You two were Cars 3, correct?
Yeah.
And then you were like in the middle, whatever.
middle.
So let's just sway him.
I think Cars 3 is a legacy.
Car-
42
it
its own
is.
Movie. Cars 3 is just epic.
42 is
But, like,
maybe more inspirational.
Woman in a
Were there any
male-dominated
classifications
field,
of what we had to
really
go
making
under?
her mark and
What's the best
winning.
movie?
An African American
against
man in a
males.
white dominated
Best
field,
movie.
though. That's 42.
Think about how impactful Cars 3 will be on your students' lives.
Cars 3 is vibes. Like, doesn't it just make you want to get in a race car and get better and
No.
beat people?
No.
That competitive side of you really comes out.
42 is about literal racial equality. I don't
Here's
know,
what I'm gonna
that's
do.
crazy.
I'm going to vote Cars 3 in honor of Isaiah Whitlock Jr. because we did have a chance to interview him, and I
Alright,
wish
cool.
I had done that again.
It's gonna lose
Didn't get a
next
chance
round,
to.
but got
So I'm going to switch my vote to Cars 3,
Yeah.
making it officially 3 to
Yes.
1.5.
We,
I'm voting 42.
switched the movie man.
All right,
All right, so now we're determining the Elite 8. Moving back to Division 1 here, we've got two 1984 movies. Good year.
Ooh, interesting.
1984's The Natural versus 1984's The Original Karate Kid. Are we ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's voting for The Natural? Who's voting for The Karate Kid?
Wow, Karate Kid.
Karate Kid might be a sneaky 2 seed here.
Yeah.
All right, the other matchup in Division 1, we got 1986 Hoosiers versus 1980s Caddyshack. Who's voting for Hoosiers? And who's voting Caddyshack?
Oh, wow.
Respect it.
I can't argue against Gene Hackman. Now moving on to Division 2,
This is gonna be
competing
so
for an Elite 8 spot. We've
Wow.
got The Field of Dreams versus The Sandlot.
This is gonna be.
Which is the better baseball movie?
This is unreal.
Okay, so again, baseball movies.
Yeah.
Ghosts convinced Kevin Costner to build a baseball field.
Super serious.
No, I don't. Yeah.
Kids play in backyard baseball all summer.
See, this is my kind of movie where I grew up. I didn't grow up with hockey.
Who is voting for Field of Dreams?
Are you shaking the couch?
I'm like shaking my leg. I don't know why.
Who's voting for The Sandlot?
Yeah.
The other
Ready.
matchup here for Elite 8, Happy Gilmore versus Cool Runnings. Who's voting for Happy Gilmore? Who's voting for Cool Runnings?
I'm sorry.
Are you gonna argue it?
I'll let you cook here.
Cool Runnings.
You challenge.
Such a different movie. You don't see a lot of movies about like super niche sports, I think. And so seeing a movie about something as niche as a Jamaican bobsled team, so fun. And it's like it's not the ending you'd expect. It's kind of sad, but like they made it to the Olympics. I think we have a lot of different funny movies on here. Happy Gilmore, it can get just a little repetitive. Like I'd go on my phone during that movie. Cool Runnings, oh, I'm locked in.
Has anyone been swayed by
No.
the argument?
No.
I had to try.
All right, moving back up to Division 3, we've got The Blind Side versus Talladega Nights going for that Elite 8 spot. Who is
Yeah.
voting for The Blind Side? Who's voting for Talladega Nights? All right.
Another
It's-
funny movie making it. Wow, what a surprise.
Also going for that Elite 8 spot here, we got Remember the Titans versus Dodgeball, the true underdog story. Who's remembering the Titans?
Yeah.
Who's voting Dodgeball?
If it was Cars, would have been a lot closer for me, but
Moving on to Division 4, we have F1 the movie versus Creed. Who's voting for F1?
yeah.
Who's voting for Creed? Ooh, Creed taking 3. All right, moving on to the next matchup here. We got Marty Supreme versus Cars 3. Okay, Carter, very much ready to vote. He's got his hand up already. Is that a question or are you? I haven't
Just
even.
ask.
Okay. Who's voting for Marty Supreme?
I don't care.
What if I had said Cars 3 first? And then would that count as a
I
Cars
would
3
have put
vote?
my hand down.
Who's voting for Cars 3? All right. Now let's determine our final 4 real quick here. 1984 is The Karate Kid versus 1986 is Hoosiers. Who's voting for Karate Kid?
Yeah.
And who's voting for Hoosiers? Yeah, that makes sense. You're a basketball
Oh,
guy.
yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. The next matchup here, going for that other Final 4 spot, we've got The Sandlot versus Happy Gilmore. Who's voting for The Sandlot? Who's voting for Happy Gilmore? Derek, you gotta
Why
be a little
were
more.
you so hesitant?
Get confident with that hand. Come
I'm
on.
not, because I like both of these movies.
All right, moving on to Division 3, the 2 movies in the Elite 8, going for that Final 4 spot. We got Talladega Nights versus Remember the Titans. 2006 versus 2000. Denzel versus Will Ferrell, basically.
What a nice matchup.
Who's voting Talladega? Who's voting for the Titans? All right,
here.
final matchup in the Elite 8 here. We've got 2015's Creed versus 2017's Cars 3. All right.
What a
This
matchup.
is insane.
If we're going to continue the theme here, it's Michael B. Jordan versus Owen Wilson.
Wow.
I just want you guys to like hear me out here. Do you see how insane this matchup? It's in the Elite Eight.
Welcome to Nerd Bracket.
Who's voting for Creed? Who's voting for Cars 3?
All right, so I actually fought.
Listen here.
I fought for Cars 3 to get here, but
And then
now
you
I'm
gave
gonna
up.
switch.
Look what
Nope.
you've done.
And then
Now
you
I'm
gave
gonna
up.
switch.
And then you
Cars
gave
3
up.
is so stupid because how
Whoa!
would a girl race car beat all the guys?
Right.
Woman in a
Were there any
male-dominated
classifications of
field,
what we had to
really
go
making
under?
her mark.
Women being
Oh my gosh!
awesome.
Wow.
No, I think we need more women cars dominating.
Well, now if I argue against that, then I become sexist. So
Yep.
gotta
That's
rep-
like me arguing against
Yeah.
42.
Yeah, I know. The tables can turn very quickly
I
here in
just
the
think
nerd
it's
bracket.
so crazy. That is so crazy.
I'm
long
really
ago did you
surprised
race?
with this Final Four right now.
Look at this. Nerd Bracket, baby.
All right, are we ready for the final matchups here?
Oh, I'm ready.
Let's move on to, I guess, essentially the Eastern Division. I don't know if we've actually called it that,
Eastern
but
Conference.
we're going to call it
It's in the
that.
It's
West.
so
It is the West, actually.
West.
You
Yeah.
did-
There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Western Division.
We've got 1984's The Karate Kid, the OG, versus 1993's The Sandlot.
This is like.
It's not hard.
It's not hard, but it is close. Who's voting for The Karate Kid?
Nope. I can't.
Who's
Sandlot.
voting for The Sandlot?
Yes!
Sandlot, again, it's boyhood.
It's life.
On to the next matchup here to go for the championship overall. 2000's Remember the Titans versus 2017's Cars 3. Who's voting for Remember the Titans?
I gotta do Remember the Titans.
Cars 3?
About to go Cars 3.
Here we are. On to the championship round here.
Oh.
We've got the Sandlot versus Remember the Titans.
I know what I have to go with.
Do we remember what these were seeded before? I'm curious.
No, I have
You might
not.
as well not even count my
Sandlot was like-
Sandlot 13.
It won't matter.
Wow, 13.
It's not even
Hey.
gonna matter.
Hey, my coin flip, I talked to this with Carter, my bracket, my coin flip was a 13 seed going all the way here. So maybe this is an homage, this is foreshadowing.
His actual.
That my-
his
my
I
actual
don't think
bracket.
we're gonna
Yeah.
flip the other three though, so it's a lost cause, Nick.
All right, 6 seed versus 13 seed. Who's voting for Sandlot? Who's voting for Remember the Titans?
3-2.
Challenge.
Two. Okay, yeah.
Sandlot, I believe, has everything you kind of like want in a movie. It has the drama, it has the comedy, it has the character development, it has, especially in this bracket, the sports aspect of it, the underdog story. Whereas Remember the Titans is a great story, but it's a story that's been told quite a bit. Whereas Sandlot is kind of like its own thing.
Think about the injury at the end. He gets in a car crash. He can't play, and his brothers go and play for him because.
In real life, he went on to the Olympics for wheelchair basketball.
Yes.
But also in real life, that car accident didn't happen yet.
What did you just say?
I'm pretty sure in real life he does get in a car accident, but it's after the championship game, so he does play in the championship game in real life. But he does go on to in the Olympics, as it says.
You just ruined the entire movie.
Wow, they lied.
I was giving an
You don't know
entire.
that for sure, though.
I'm pretty sure I read
Okay,
that actually.
either way, at the end, it's a giant like moment of triumph. It really is just like
I did have before.
No.
it's so good.
I love Remember the Titans, the story of it, and it's awesome. I agree.
I'm so sorry. I feel like I've done more damage than good.
Then that means the whole movie's like a lie. Sandlot doesn't lie to you, and it's all about fun.
Although, I'm gonna have nightmares about the information that I have come to know today.
I feel like I just told the kids Santa Claus doesn't exist.
I feel that since
Oh my
I've
God,
never
no.
fully watched The Sandlot, it would be like cheating
This
on
is
Remember the Titans.
Yeah, but they cheated on you. And
Remember
lied to
the
you.
Titans for the win.
I think that means
The right movie
It doesn't
won.
seem like anyone's swaying one way or another. I gotta go remember. I'm not swaying. I gotta go Remember the Titans
Yeah.
here. Well, looks like that is the deciding factor here. Remember the Titans is the best sports movie of the past 50 years here via bracket competition. I say this at the end of every video or every one of these videos. I hope we're still all friends at the end of this. I kind of sort of mean that this time. Let us know if you agree or disagree in that one in the comments down below. Should Sandlot have taken it? Karate Kid? Should Days of Thunder have made its way through? Just saying.
Or
Just
Cars
saying.
3.
Also, let us know what other movie genres, series, sort of things like that you want us to do like this in this sort of style. And we'll try and do that next time. Thank all you guys for doing this. I hope it was fun and all that.
I had a blast.
It was fun.
This has been another edition of Nerd Bracket.